Hey everybody, Nick Smith here, and yes, this is a different location than the parking lot at night in Elizabeth City. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I am on vacation. I am sorry that I have not gotten my new episode of Shark Month out. I know it's about a week. You're probably asking, Nick, where the heck's the Shark Week episode? We've been really waiting for Deep Blue Sea. You told us that we were going to go back into the Deep Blue Sea. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. I'm going to pop that video out as soon as I can. Trust me. You guys are not going to be sorry. But we just got done watching Antman and the Wasp. This movie was fun. It was really fun. I actually don't agree with a lot of people saying that this movie was not as good as a lot of people were hoping it was. And the fact of the matter is, I really think that the only reason that they're saying that is probably because of where Avengers Infinity War, I always want to say Age of Ultron for some reason. That rolls off the tongue more. I don't know why. It just does. But if this movie had come out before Avengers Infinity War, I think that this movie would have gotten a little bit more praise than it's getting. But this movie had good writing, it had good character development. The only thing I did not like about this movie was the villain, Ghost. When it comes to Marvel movies, we've got some good villains. I know a lot of people's favorite right now is Killmonger from Black Panther. A lot of other people is Loki, and then of course you got the big guy, you got Thanos. Compare her to all those other villains, she's not that good. She really isn't. Like, and spoilers by the way, in this movie, they give it kind of like, because of something Hank did, it made her dad want to basically prove that he wasn't as bad as Hank made him out to be. This one was kind of like, you know, Hank's sins coming to bite him in the butt. And then also, like, you know, you got the story of them trying to go back into the quantum realm to save his wife and Hope's mother. Very touching moments with the actress who played her mother. I really liked especially the girl who played Hope as a little girl. Her and the mother had really good chemistry, and the scenes with them are just very, very sweet. They really are. And like, I turned to Savannah, I'm like, I'm already crying, and the movie's not even been on for like 5 minutes. This movie it's a very touching film. You know, like they do the whole entire thing, give like the the whole entire thing of family and Hank pretty much having to entertain himself for 2 years. 2 years on house arrest. Oh my gosh. I can barely stay in my, well, I mean, actually I've been known to stay in my house for like a good couple days. But I at least leave to like go get food or something. He could not leave.
I'd have lost my mind.
Yes, I would have too. I would have gotten tired of, I would have had to be like, hey, new movie's coming out. Please, go buy it for me. I would not be able to survive for 2 years. 2 years. Oh my gosh. But like, this movie is very humorous. Of course, it's Paul Rudd. The scenes with him and his daughter are very sweet, and the scenes with him and Hope, they're really good. Them two actors have really good chemistry together as well, along with the guy who plays Hank Pym. Him and Paul Rudd do a really good job. I love all the characters. I love Scott, I love Hank, I love Hope, I love his friends. They were a really good part of the movie. Like I said, the only down part of the film is the villain. She doesn't feel threatening. When I think of threatening villains, I think of Loki when he first arrived in Avengers. Freaking Killmonger from Black Panther. Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. Ghost is more like a sympathy villain. She's not really, I'm here to take over the world. I mean, all the villains are sympathy villains, but hers just wasn't good. She was a real lackluster villain. We come off of Thanos and we come off of Killmonger, and then we get Ghost. The character had potential. They just didn't do anything with it. Now, one thing I'm wondering, the guy who plays Perry in Batman vs. Superman or in Justice League or whatever, he has a contract with he's either left DC and he's now in Marvel where he's making a buttload more money, or he's just able to go back and forth. And from what I've heard, if you sign with Marvel, you can't do anything else. Like, when you're signed with Marvel, you can apparently not do any other films. Apparently. Although that doesn't explain how Chris Hemsworth was able to do a movie about the whale. Moby Dick. It doesn't explain how he was able to do that, but I'm like, dude, how are you able to be in both of these companies? But I mean, like, he had a good part to play in the film too. I really liked how they experimented with that of the quantum realm and like what and all it can do to one's mind and stuff like that, and how there was a possibility that when he went to the quantum realm in the first movie, that Hope's mom put like a little tiny antenna somehow in his mind or something, to where she was able to somewhat jump into his body or take over his mind for a quick second, which led to some very good humor, some very odd humor, but some very good humor. The humor in this movie is perfectly timed, just like the first one. I would say I like the first one a little bit better, but this movie's not bad. I honestly would give Ant-Man and the Wasp an A-. Not as good as the first one, but it still ranks up there. It's still a fun Marvel movie. Just the villain is lackluster. I don't really even feel like there really was a villain, except like the other villains in the movie. I feel like they were more of a threat than the actual comic book villain himself or herself. So, I mean, yeah, like you got like it's kind of like the whole Iron Man 2 thing again. Like in Iron Man 2, you had Whiplash, and he kind of took a back seat to the villain, the corporate villain in Iron Man 2. I really feel like Ghost takes a back seat to these villains because they didn't make her important enough. But other than that, the acting in the movie is good. The effects are awesome. I love the quantum realm stuff and the relationship and the heartbreaking moment that they brought in when they finally were able to get the mother out of the quantum realm. And I was thinking, something bad's gonna go wrong. And I was sitting there in despair, and I'm like, I'm just waiting. I was holding my fingers like this, just waiting to hear the snap or something, because I was wondering when it was gonna come, because the after credit scene is when they're going to repair, I don't know if it was to repair the suit that he was wearing, but they did say in the film that they were gonna have him go into the quantum realm so they could have him fill up this thing.
It was for the villain, the ghost.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were going to, they were basically trying to help repair the villain because they fixed her. And so like when he's in the quantum realm, I'm like, this was like kind of an intense scene. I was like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. And then, like, there's like a couple like communications back, like, well, he's in the quantum realm and they're in the real world. Like he's done what he's done, and then all of a sudden he's like, guys, okay, guys, really funny, guys, and then like it just shows them turn to ash. So I knew that was gonna happen. I was just waiting for it. And every time I just looked at the Savannah and I would hold my finger, she would just give me like that look that she's giving me. Everybody, she gave me that look. She gave me that look. I've got witnesses.
You don't.
But guys, put in the comments below, what did you think of Ant-Man and the Wasp? I really want to know. Hit that like button. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, and I promise we are going to be diving back into the Deep Blue Sea, and I'm going to give you all the review of Deep Blue Sea 2. Thank you so much for being so patient. I'll see you guys next time. We'll be back to see the beginning of The Purge. Bye, guys.